depending on where you are watching. The bloggers were decided who to look for, to speak to. And of course, the media houses also decided, the traditional media houses also decided who they wanted to talk to. So if you're monitoring the bloggers, you'll be hearing something else. If you're monitoring the traditional media houses too, you'll be hearing something else. It's interesting to speak to the people who are behind those who are in the lead, as to why they are there. So it's quite interesting. But Nancy, do you have that Yoko statement?
Yes, I do.
The statement from Yoko. We'll read portions of it, and then we'll start our conversation show. Just portions of it. The very first one where they explain exactly what they are doing.
That Iyoko wishes to inform the general public that it has arrested Mr. Dennis Edward Aboagye, former Executive Secretary of the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization, in connection with ongoing investigations into alleged financial and procurement-related irregularities at the Secretariat. The arrest follows extensive investigations commenced by Yoko after receiving a petition from the current Executive Secretary of the IMCCOD requesting further investigation into a forensic audit conducted into the affairs of the Secretariat covering the period of 1st August 2022 to 2nd February 2025. And so if that is where you want, then that's...
No, continue.
Now, it continues by indicating that the investigations, which commenced last year following an initial forensic audit of the IMCCOD and the subsequent petition, concerned the suspected misappropriation, dissipation, misapplication, diversion, and theft of public funds amounting to about 55 million Ghana cedis.
Okay.
The former Executive Secretary of the IMCCOD, Mr. Dennis Aboagye, aka Miracles, the former accountant of the Secretariat, Mr. Gerald Appiah, and others are under investigation for suspected offences, including conspiracy to steal and stealing, using public office for profit, causing financial loss to the state, dissipation of public funds, defrauding by false pretenses, and money laundering.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, continue.
Then it says that Iyoko notes that Gerald Appiah has voluntarily begun refunding or returning the loot of funds connected to the crimes and the investigation.
Okay.
These recoveries do not, and by themselves, conclude the investigative process. Neither does it absolve any suspect of any crime.
Okay.
Now, following significant new findings last week relating to suspected fraud and theft involving Mr. Dennis Aboagye, who is already aware of the investigation and has already visited the office of Iyoko. Iyoko initiated an operational plan to effect his arrest this week. Now, as part of the process, Mr. Aboagye was placed on the stop order a week ago to prevent any sudden travel that could impede the investigation this week. And unknown to the office, he had already departed the country. Upon his arrival at the Kotoka International Airport on Saturday, officers of the Ghana Immigration Service executed the stop order and handed Mr. Aboagye over to Iyoko on Sunday morning. He subsequently accompanied investigators on a search on Sunday, which is expected to continue today, which was yesterday, Monday. Iyoko further confirms that Mr. Aboagye will be granted bail in accordance with the Constitution and the laws of Ghana, which I think has been done.
Yes, and we'll come back to that. I want you to go back to the top.
Why
they have decided to arrest him now. They said they...
So Iyoko notes that, following significant new findings last week.
Okay, new findings.
Yes. Related to suspected fraud.
And
theft.
Fraud and theft.
Yes, involving Mr. Dennis Aboagye.
So they are saying that they have made new findings that suggest that he was involved in he was suspected of fraud and theft.
Yes.
Okay.
Involving Dennis Aboagye. Then they indicated that who is already aware of the investigation
Okay.
and has visited the office on it.
Okay.
Iyoko initiated an operational plan to effect his arrest this week.
Okay.
As part of this process, he was placed on the stop order a week ago to prevent any sudden travel that could impede the investigation this week.
Okay. So it means that because when you go to the top, they mention the name of an accountant.
Yes,
So-
Gerard Appiah.
Okay, so Miracles has been aware of this investigation
Yes.
and has been cooperating
Yes.
with the investigators. They said he's been to the office. He's never said it anywhere that he's been to Iyoko
No,
over
no,
this
no.
matter.
Oh,
It's
that
not
one
been
he won't
mentioned.
tell you.
Okay, so it means until now that they are making the new findings, perhaps they have usually just invited him
Yes.
to maybe to ask him a few questions on what he knew. But at this point, they have gotten to a point where they have something concrete
Yes.
against him,
Yes, and that's why they've indicated that involving him.
Yes. Suspected fraud and theft. Involving him.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that's the statement from, and we'll come back to the matter of the bail because Lawyer Attaching has been disclosing the conditions
Yes.
of that bill. But let's speak to Richard Ahiagba, who is Director of Communications of the New Patriotic Party. Good morning, and thank you very much for your time. Yeah, I hope you're well. Oh,
I don't have any onerous bill condition to meet this morning, so I'll say okay.
you don't have any onerous bail condition.
Yeah.
I am guessing that is your reaction to the conditions that have been set by Iyoko on Miracles Aboagye. You think it is onerous?
Very honest.
Onerous meaning that it cannot be met?
That it is prohibitive. It is designed to detain, and because ordinarily you don't have that kind of bail condition sitting and ready to make available. And so if it is designed to make it difficult for you to attain, then definitely it's an onerous condition, especially for someone who you know is not a flight risk. But the whole idea is to make sure that when we're looking for you, we'll find you. And those guarantees are more or less the anchors that will produce you if we need you. And there's an individual who on self-recognition could be available as and when the state needs him. And so to put such bail condition, I think is onerous and not proper.
So what is the MPP's approach to this? Are you going to court to seek a review, or you are trying to certify those bail conditions?
I think that his lawyers are better placed to answer that. The party generally, as and when we are required to help, we will. But his lawyers are leading, and I'm sure that through the night there have been conversations ongoing. So it's an option if we cannot readily meet the conditions. I'm sure that option is open. They work on. But generally, I assume that in good faith, an individual you know is not flight risk. You shouldn't have to bring the conditions just to create this difficulty. Because the bail condition, or more or less putting bail and all these, it's not a ritual. It is a functional requirement to ensure that an individual can be available to investigators. So it's not a ritual that you must necessarily do it. If there is a basis that Senna, we know you can't go anywhere, and then you would respect yourself and show when we need you, and there is evidence that Dennis has been available to them, And so you keep the status quo because the basis for the bill, condition is to make it difficult for you to disappear because you endanger the people who are guaranteeing for you all the assets that you're using. And so if it is that you will not run away, if it is that we have been seeing you whenever we needed you, then you don't need a bill necessarily. On self-recognizance, you can let the person go, let the process continue. This way where you are creating this situation is needless. It's needless. I don't think it adds any value to our democracy. If anything, it takes away from it and creates speculation that you just want to burden citizens and make it difficult for people to have their freedom and liberties in the country.
Mm. Well, like I said, you said the next step is left to his lawyers. But you in the MPP were concerned enough to organize a small protest in front of Yoko yesterday. What was your concern?
Well, I mean, initially the issue was very murky. You didn't understand what was happening. You seize an individual who is already cooperating with you, and you deny him access to counsel. You arrest him over the weekend when the person was coming to the country, not running away, and a person who you know how to get. And he was out of the country when he served the stop order notice on him at the airport, and he had come in. The stop order that you put on him effectively says that he cannot leave the country. And here is the man coming into the country. He didn't violate your stop order. So all that happened, he didn't understand. So it was all of a sudden that, it's like you and I were talking and laughing, and all of a sudden I got angry. You'll be concerned. What's happening? I mean, Richard, we're just having fun. Why the sudden change? That's what happened. It's a mood swing. You can't understand what brought that about. This is an individual that you are talking to. So suddenly, why is it that you are going out there and arresting in a Rambo style? Is it that he has gone to kill somebody? Is it that he has attempted to run away? Is it that something dramatic has come out, that he's gone to bargain to sell Ghana? And if you don't stop him right at the airport, Ghana will be sold? I mean, you can't understand, okay, the kind of change that we saw. And so we, in our interpretation, and right at that moment, Yoko has not told us anything. We don't know anything. So it appears something is happening. You don't know what is happening. And so you go to the emergency room and you say, doctor, just do anything. We want him to survive. So that's part of that environment where you are saying that, okay, what options do we have? We have a democratic tool, which is to demonstrate, to escalate the matter for citizens to see that something is happening. And what is happening is not normal. What is happening is not acceptable. What is happening should not be happening in a democracy. So that's the basis for that. And, the demonstration is an effective tool in a democracy that ought to be exercised. And then that was done to bring the matter to the fore so that all of us can have a conversation. And I can tell you that is part of the reason why Yoko had to act by issuing that letter yesterday. Otherwise, they were going to carry on as they were carrying on Saturday night, Sunday night, and Sunday, and then yesterday. Okay, the impunity is nauseating. It's not acceptable. You see, sometimes we need to understand that this whole business of democracy that we're engaged in, it is the citizens that have agreed to it. It is the Ghanaian people that have agreed that, yes, we want democracy over anything else. And so we who are leading the institutions that are making our system work should have that presence of mind and the humility to appreciate that we must manage this thing well, else it can fall apart. And so now, it has fallen apart in other places. It has fallen apart in other places. Right around us is falling apart. What comes to mind is the Guinea-Conakry example where democracy fell apart and the people went to the street to celebrate. And in what world would somebody prefer a dictatorship, a military rule over democracy? It's in a democracy where people don't see the difference. People see their rights abused, not different from how it would be abused in a military rule. So people don't see the difference, and sometimes they prefer that, okay, so we know this one for what it is, but this one that is supposed to be better is worse. So why don't we go for this one and understand that this is what we get? So we need to be careful. We need to be careful so that people don't personalize power in the manner we are seeing it, that it is about my emotions, about when I'm ready, it's about when, so that you don't respect the rights of citizens and the agreement by citizens to give our power to a government that must manage it and exercise it on our behalf. That is a dangerous pattern. And so our effort yesterday was to bring to the fore, as it's been done in many different occasions, for citizens to begin to ponder and ask the question, what is happening here? What is happening here?
So, was this the opinion you heard before Yoko issued the statement, or you still hold that opinion even after the statement was held? Was issued?
Which opinion? That
the one you just expressed.
Yeah, I mean, so the question remains that the Yoko's question letter came to confirm, okay, the point I made to you about not understanding the mood swing accounting for Yoko's action over the weekend to arrest an individual who they know how to contact him, perhaps they know where he lives, okay, and he's been cooperating with them. So for that same person, why? So now the same question you will ask me, you say, Richard, we are friends. And so this matter we are talking about, we've talked about it several times and we laughed about it. So why today you're angry about something like that?
But they explained that in the statement. Are you saying that explanation is not tenable for you?
Which explanation?
The one they offer about finding new information that shows that he was involved in fraud and theft. He might be suspected of involvement in fraud and theft.
And so what about that? So that's why you Rambo style arrest the person? You are investigating him. So the investigation is leading to new findings. Mm-hmm. So if at midnight you find new thing, you wake him up and say, come on, we have found a new thing. If you have gotten to a point where you want to charge him, you can normally, as you invite him to come, he comes and you put the information before him and say, now we have gotten to a point where we think that we are going to go to court. So you arrest him at that point and give him a bail.
Are you not dictating to them how they should operate? Because Yoko has been, that is their job. You seem to be saying, this is how you should operate. That is not how you should operate.
I'm just saying that, how is their job? It's not their job to investigate. Don't we know how this thing is done? Investigation, what is scientific about it? You see, this thing about it is their job and all of that, that lends itself to abuse. But what is the issue? You are investigating somebody for corruption and corruption-related conduct. Okay? The person comes, you investigate, he goes home. He comes, you investigate, goes home. But you've gotten to a point where you think that this investigation has reached a point where we have found concrete evidence. We are going to arraign the individual before court. Regular order, you arrest the person, charge him formally, okay, or seize him and give him a bail that now we have you and we're going to take you to court. Okay, so you are at the point, invite him, he comes, you seize him, formal arrest is done, and then you issue him a bail, or if you think you give a self-recognizance bail, you do that. You don't arrest him at the airport necessarily to give effect to anything. Does that add value to anything? No. The value Ghanaians are looking for is that you have recovered what you call loot. So the essence of this process is not to arrest Dennis. It's not to arrest me. It's not to arrest you. The essence is that for us as Ghanaians, you have recovered anybody who has stolen our money. That's the meat. That's the meat. That's what we're looking for. So these other things, that's their job, that's their job. If they are doing their job the way they are doing, they are not getting the result. Is that why we are paying them? Is that what we should be paying them for? To be arresting people without getting the result of recovering the loot? So far, how much of the loot have they recovered? Okay? So the essence is what we must focus on, not the form.
The process
the form is destructive. The form it gives wrong signal to people that government institutions or security agencies are abusing their power.
The process you describe right now as to how this should be done,
Sorry?
Because you are suggesting how it should be done. Is that your opinion, or because these institutions have existed long ago? Are you saying that's the way? Is that from the operational manual? What is giving you the impression that this is exactly how it should be done? If it is not done this way, it is wrong.
You know, we're in a democracy. So everything we do must be consistent with democracy. If there is an operational manual for any institution that flouts good conduct in democracy, we must act to reform it.
Are you saying that in other democracies you cannot arrest someone?
Could be toward promoting ideas for reform. And I'm telling you that what is really the point? At the end of the day, what are we looking for? We are looking for IOCO to regulate certain behaviors, recover, loss of property, investigate and recover those, stolen, resources or actions in economic crime, to regulate that. So that must be the objective, not how they are doing it in a way to abuse people's democratic rights. You are saying that to detain somebody and not allow the person access to a lawyer, you are saying that it's somebody's operational manual?
No, I'm also asking you. So I'm sure, and I know for a fact that you spent some time in the US. Are you saying that for example, because you're saying this is how democracies are supposed to operate? They don't arrest people in the US whenever they are doing this kind of investigations. You can name the UK,
you allow the
other
person
places.
access to counsel.
Because first you're talking about not arresting him.
Sorry?
Because your argument because I haven't come to the counsel part yet. So far, your argument has been about the alternative to arrest. And I'm saying are you suggesting that he should not be arrested?
No. See, Sena, let's not nitpick on this matter. I am making a case to you where I assume you know that when he was arrested, because this has been discussed, that when he was arrested, he was denied access to counsel. Okay? So I'm not picking the issues apart. I know you know that.
Okay.
So the man was arrested, denied access to counsel. And I'm saying that, is that what we're supposed to be doing? And in fact, even all these arguments, put them aside and ask that what is the end game of IOCO? What is the objective? If you read the objective, what is it? Is it to arrest people tactically by some manual? No, it is to recover and prevent economic crime. So they are in a process of recovering and preventing economic crime allegedly involved in by Dennis. So you are engaging the man already. He's coming. Why didn't they arrest him this way the first time? If you're saying there's some manual, why didn't they arrest him this way the first time? Why
because
were
they said the conditions have changed.
We must get to a point where the little small political things must give way to looking at the outcome. What are we looking for? This government promised ORA, Operation Recover All Loot. So if you are recovering the loot, we are not interested how you are going about it and abusing people's rights. We want to see that you are recovering it. So report to us every month. We have recovered 55 million from Dennis. That's what the citizens are interested in.
Okay.
But this thing where you are being disruptive and abusive of people's rights, I think that if tomorrow this is done, Senna, you and I will be on this phone making the same argument, and I don't think it's helpful. Sometimes you get to a point I feel in my bones that what exactly are we doing with this democracy? Are we just scoring points? Are we just doing to each other what we think we can do because we have power? That's not the point. That's not what democracy should be about.
I have to bring this to an end. Just a question. First, you were saying that he was denied access to his lawyer. Do you know the lawyer who has been acting for us, his legal representative, throughout the times when he's been to IOCO a couple of times? Do you know him? Do you know his lawyer?
Yeah. Yes, his personal lawyer. I don't know if I have permission to put his name out. Atacha came in yesterday by his actual personal lawyer who was, in the process trying to gain access. It's a private person who I don't know if I have his permission to mention his name, but
so he was the one who told you that
Atasia
he's not
came in
been given
yesterday.
access to him.
Sorry?
So it was his personal lawyer that gave the MPP the information that he's not being allowed access to him.
It's not that he gave us the information. He's just not being allowed to see him.
Oh no, because if I am acting for someone, and I've been like you said, there's been some cooperation between him and Yoko, and I hear that my client has been arrested, and I go to Yoko that I have heard that my client or Yoko does not get in touch with me or something. Is it not that person who will tell you whether or not his work is being made difficult? Because if he does not tell you that he's having difficulties, where did you get the sense that he was having difficulties getting access to his client?
What's the point of your question? I've told you that his lawyer has not had access to him.
Did his lawyer tell you that?
So
I'm just asking whether his lawyer told you that. Was it his lawyer who told you?
Yeah, he gave us the information.
That he's having difficulties having access to him.
It's not that he's having difficulty. He hasn't had access to his client. Simple. I don't know what the difficulty word is supposed to achieve for him.
He hasn't had access to his client?
Yes.
Okay. Was it the same situation as at yesterday?
As at when?
As at yesterday, he still didn't have access to him?
So I don't know what you are trying to say.
I am saying that
come up with some defense. I am saying you, as at the time we went to Ioko for the demonstration, the man has not had access to his lawyer. Whether for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5, 1 hour, 3 hours, it is not the law. It is wrong. So what is the point you're trying to make, Senator?
No. I just want to understand where your information came from. No. Richard.
The man
where did your information come from? I'm saying that you are saying, you are telling the public, you are not the lawyer of the man, but you are telling the public. No, please.
So why did you call me here if you think I don't have the information?
No, I called you here because you organized a demonstration and you made some claims during that demonstration. And I'm asking you where your information is coming from.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, you are going on a tangent. No, please. My job is to ask a question. No. My job is to ask a question. And my job is to find out from you.
When you answer a question that does not help the public, I should be able to correct you. It's a conversation.
No.
I am telling you.
You don't speak for the public, Richard. Richard, you don't speak for everybody that's listening to me.
No,
you cannot. The claims you are making are. You cannot say you speak for everybody that is listening to me. I have a job to do where the person who is listening feels.
You must appreciate that.
So let me ask you the question. Provide the answers. Do not give interpretations.
This is not a court situation. I am telling you that the information you are asking, the man didn't have access to his lawyers, and I want to underline something for you, Senator. I am in politics, but my politics is about act to progress. So I'm not interested. If this were happening under MPP, okay, I will have opportunity to say this is not right. But I'm saying that these things don't help anybody. Tomorrow,
but without establishing the factual basis of whether or not this really happened, how do I know that you are? So I'm supposed to trust you, Richard? I'm just supposed to believe that what the MPP is saying is, what is my value here? If all I'm supposed to do is for you to make a claim, and I believe that the claim is exactly as you say it, without interrogating
Yoko has not denied this. He wasn't given access to his lawyer.
The fact that Yoko has not denied doesn't mean I can ask you whether or not that was information. I've asked you the question
that his lawyer has not seen him. And you're asking, is it the lawyer who told me? Who else would have told me if not the lawyer?
No, just say so.
Is what I'm trying to say. What are you trying to do?
I can't ask questions for further clarity. Are you saying that if I'm doing an interview with you, I can't ask follow-up questions to clarify what you said? That you'll be accusing me of doing NDC propaganda?
Come. Unless you have the evidence that the lawyer, okay, had access to him, and I'm saying otherwise. So therefore, you have a voice to say, look.
No, but I can follow up and say, was it the lawyer who told you? That was a simple question. Yes, no. That's all.
Over and over, and I don't understand where you are going with it.
But do I have all the questions I've asked you? Do you understand where I was going with them?
Oh yes, because you're trying to provide information. So yes, I agree with you. ABCD must be said everything. But now you're saying I've told you that the man has not had access to his lawyer. You say, is it his lawyer who told you that? Who else would have told me if not a lawyer?
That's a simple question. Just Anyway,
But I've
thank
told you, and he repeated. I've told you, is it attached here? Is it this? Is it that?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for speaking to
Thank
us.
you, Barbara.
Richard Ahiagba is Director of Communications of the New Patriotic Party, joining us on the line, taking us to 60 minutes past 8 here in the studios of Radio Gold 90.5 FM. We're just having a conversation. I was speaking to him about their protest yesterday. The question I asked him was simple: whether it was the lawyer of the man who told you that he cannot get access to him. Then he said that, why should I ask him that?
Yes.
So I thought that was a simple, because we've had
He was talking about mood swing.
yes or no question. So it's a simple yes or no question. Then it turned out to be something else. All of a sudden, he said I was doing NDC propaganda.
He's your brother now.
He's
So
what?
he's your brother. So he was saying that Remonacha just had a mood swing and decided to go and arrest Miracles. He just had a mood swing. Mood swing. Now you were talking about. You just showed that you just had a mood. You're having a nice conversation. No, Richard decided to have a mood swing.
It's an outbreak of mood swing.
Oh.
Anyway,